It's 1982. You just got home from the arcade playing the best game ever made, Pac-Man. You want to play it so bad at home, but all you have is an Atari 2600. But wait, Pac-Man is on the Atari 2600. You can play that in the comfort of your own home whenever you want. This isn't Pac-Man. This just sucks. The mazes are simplified, the sound sucks. And what is that? Is that supposed to be Pac-Man? He doesn't even turn the direction he's going in. In fact, all your Atari games sucked. Nothing was as good as it was in the arcade. It stayed like this for 1983, 1984, and 1980... Wait, what's this? Super Mario Brothers? This is good. Really good, in fact. And I wanted to talk about it, and since this is my first review ever, I'm going to review the first good game ever. Also, I do tend to stream these playthroughs while I formulate my opinions. If you want to see that, you can go follow me on my Twitch. Super Mario Bros. Is often cited as the key factor in reviving the video game market after the video game crash of 1983. The market crashed due to oversaturation, and all the games kinda sucked. The game was released by Nintendo on September 13th, 1985 in Japan, with it coming to the US just a month later on October 18th, 1985. But this was not Nintendo's first rodeo. They made the Ultra Hand. Oh, and I guess they also made Donkey Kong or something. That was pretty popular too, I guess. So I guess they figured people liked playing their games, so why not let them take it home with them? So that's what they did. They made the Family Computer, or the Famicom in Japan, and released a slightly modified version in the US called the Nintendo Entertainment System, or the NES. Then they just watched the money roll in. Everybody wanted Nintendo. They saw this and were like, yup, that's what I need in my life. People wanted to play video games again, and it was kinda obvious why. The game looked fun, almost as good as what was in the arcades at the time. This technically isn't the first time we've seen Mario though. He was in an arcade game called Mario Bros. That was released 2 years prior. But he was just a silly plumber named Mario in that game. In this one, he's super. The story is simple enough. King Koopa led his army into the peaceful Mushroom Kingdom and turned all the mushroom people into stones, field horsehair plants, and bricks. No, not those ones. The mushroom people only got turned into the question mark bricks, as stated in the manual. The only one who can stop this curse and bring peace back to the Mushroom Kingdom is the daughter of the Mushroom King, Princess Toadstool. But King Koopa kidnapped her. Mario hears about this and sets out to save the princess and the whole Mushroom Kingdom. The story is short, sweet, and straight to the point. Now this is all from the manual and not actually explained to you in the game, but I think that's fine. Even if you don't read the story, you could figure out the main gist of it pretty quickly using your context clue skills. I'm sure just about everyone knows how to play Mario, so I'm going to make this part quick. You start on the left side of the stage and you want to make your way to the flagpole on the right side of the stage, dodging obstacles, enemies, anything that might get in your way. Okay, you got it? I'm sure you do, it's Mario. They're all about the same core mechanics. Jump on the enemies, kick the shells, grab the coins, get more lives. But there is one thing that every Mario game does a bit differently. The power-ups. Every Mario game has a different assortment of power-ups. And we do have a few of them to go through. We got the Magic Mushroom. This makes small, plain, boring, smelly Mario into something more. Super Mario. Being Super Mario makes you a little bit taller, lets you smash these bricks by jumping into them, and maybe the best part of being Super Mario is the fact that it gives you the absolutely amazing ability to crouch. Oh yeah, I guess it also does let you take a hit from an enemy or something. It'll just revert you back to stupid Mario. Next we have the Fire Flower. This only comes out of blocks when you're Super Mario, and when you grab it, it turns you into Fiery Mario. It'll let you shoot fireballs that bounce across the ground and kill enemies, but only 2 at a time. They'll kill just about everything except the Buzzy Beetles, but I think the best thing to come out of this ability also is that you can crouch. Finally, we have the Starman to turn Mario into Invincible Mario. Mario can grab this in any state, but they are a little bit harder to find because they're mainly in regular blocks. Invincible Mario is, well, he's invincible. He can run through enemies for a limited time. That's about it. It does feel special when you find one. The star tries to jump away from you. When Mario grabs it, he starts blinking, and a special song plays when the power-up's active. And that's all of them. There's not that many in this game, which I think is fine. It feels like the game was built around the idea that Mario can only shoot fireballs and jump. I guess there is also the 1-up mushroom. It gives you a 1-up. I don't think that really counts as a power-up though. There's 8 worlds with 4 levels each. They mostly follow a pattern, being overworld for level 1, underground or underwater for level 2, usually on treetops or mushrooms for level 3, and level 4 is always a castle. All these levels play about the same mechanically except the underwater ones. They have a swimming mechanic that not all people like, but I don't really have a problem with them. You tap A to swim up a little bit, and the pits are replaced with whirlpools that'll suck you down to the bottom of the screen, and there's a few enemies exclusive to these levels. One thing I think this game does really well is hiding secrets around throughout the levels. You have sub-areas you can go through with pipes, which are pretty easy to find, but then there's also the vine blocks that can bring you up to different sub-areas. The vine sub-areas are a little bit harder to find, but they tend to give you more coins, and they play the Star Power song when you're in them, so it feels a little bit more special. Other than the secret sub-areas, there's the 1-up mushrooms that are hidden in invisible blocks throughout the game, and the warp zones. The warp zones are there, so if you don't want to play the whole game, you can skip a few worlds at a time. Something that is a little bit disappointing is that there's some reused levels with minor differences, mostly just enemy placements, but the only one I really noticed was that 1-3 and 5-3 are the exact same level, but 5-3 has bullet bills being launched towards you the whole time. This was all done to conserve memory. They also only let you scroll to the right side of the screen and not the left side, which is also a little bit annoying if you miss something, but it's really not the end of the world. Overall, I think the level design is really consistently good, except for a few stinkers in there. But even then, they're not that bad. This game kicked my butt. I did it warpless, which means I played from start to finish with no warp zones. But it's hard. I'm not super proud of it, but I did end up using a small glitch to basically get infinite lives, so I could actually finish the game. But it's annoying because not the whole game is hard. In fact, I would say most of the game is pretty easy. It only gets hard when you get to World 8. Throughout the whole game, the amount of power-ups you get is a bit generous, but as soon as you get to World 8, there's no more power-ups. If you are small, plain, boring, smelly Mario, you're gonna stay small, plain, boring, smelly Mario until you beat the game, or game over trying. Now, you can load up on 1-ups throughout the game, gathering 100 coins or knowing where the secret mushrooms are, but the amount of BS that's in World 8 is terrible. And it's mostly just because of these guys. These are the Hammer Brothers, and they are, in my opinion, the worst enemy that has ever existed in any Mario game. They move back and forth, jump up and down, and throw these hammers with busted hitboxes completely at random. They don't have a pattern. There are no openings. You should just run, jump, and pray. Now look, I know what you're gonna say. This is just a skill issue. Maybe you should try to get better at the game and find the correct openings. And you're right. Then there's the bloopers. They're only in the water levels, and they'll swim up to the left or up to the right when they're about the same height as you. They're a little bit stressful when there's more than one of them, but they're a lot easier and more fair than the Hammer Bros. Then came the Lakitus. They fly at the top of the screen like the coward they are, and throw spiny eggs that hatch into spinies when they hit the ground. These guys are a little annoying. They only really seem to be harmful when you're at the wrong place at the wrong time. All the other enemies in the game aren't that bad, and for the most part are pretty easy to kill or avoid. Bosses! There's only one boss you fight 8 different times. It is King Koopa. If you want to be more specific, it's a decoy King Koopa until the final fight. You can either hit the axe behind him to break the ground and drop him into the lava, or shoot a few fireballs at him. For the most part, he's not that bad. He starts by only spitting fire, then gets the ability to throw hammers later on down the line. During the final fight, it's insane how many hammers he throws, and at this point in the game, you probably don't have a fire flower anymore, so you have no choice but to wait for an opening where you might not get hit. But if you do, and you probably will, you have to restart the final level from the very beginning every single time. And it's kind of a long level, but I guess it is the final challenge, so I don't think it's super big of a deal. It's just a little annoying. I'm gonna be so real with you. This is an NES game. And not only that, it's like the first NES game. I do think the visuals aged pretty well, but I think that's also because they're so simple. They knew what the NES was capable of and didn't push it too hard. A lot of the assets were used and reused in very smart ways so they could save as much memory as they could. And most people wouldn't even notice things like this. The soundtrack is also pretty good. There's only 5 tracks in the game, one for each type of level, and the one that plays when you pick up the Starman. That also plays in a few sub-areas. My favorite track is the underwater theme. It's a classic. But like many songs, they're not perfect, and they do tend to get old after a while, which I mean is like after about 2 hours. But I guess back when this game came out, you weren't really expected to play it for more than like maybe an hour. This game is good. I don't think it's the best game of all time or anything, but it is good. If you've never played it before, you definitely should give it a try, if not for the fun, then for the legacy. This is considered the game to save the industry after all. I just want to say if you made it to the end of the video, thank you. This type of video is a bit new to me, so if you enjoyed it, please leave a comment and like and maybe subscribe, I guess. Again, if you want to watch me formulate my opinions or just play some fun games, I stream over on twitch.tv/nachocheese767. I'll probably be live playing Mario 2 or something in the near future. Thanks again, bye bye.